Welcome to the workshop, everyone. Today's machine is a Janome Antelier B. I've checked these out. There's quite a few machines for these Atelier range. Quite an expensive machine. This is in for just a general service, I think. I've plugged it in, checked the electrics. Everything seems to be running nicely. Got a walking foot on this machine. Yeah, everything seems good. So what we're going to do is strip it down. I've not seen one of these before, so bear with me while I find all the hidden screws. Lever at the bottom here to remove the plate. Let's just move the needle up. Pop the bobbin case out. I'm just going to remove the foot. It gives me some room to work. Done quite a lot of videos on Janome machines. Really nice machines, top quality. I've just got to work out how to get into it. So it looks like we've got a couple of screws in the top. One there. Don't know if that's a screw. No, I think that's a just-in screw. This one might be holding it in. It's there. Let's take that screw out if I can get hold of it. Leave that in. And then we'll find some screws, no doubt. There's one there hidden away under the handle. It's a matter of loosening screws off your thinker, right, and then seeing if it's released the whole thing, which it hasn't. So maybe that is one. That's a long one there. Oh, it feels a little bit loose. Normally have to take this off. Sometimes these lids pop off. I don't think this one does. Another one there. Lots of different ways these manufacturers stop us getting into them. Right, so that's loose now. Let's release that there. So we're popping it from under the cover here. Just lever that out slightly. No. Need to take this off, I think. Need to get the part for that now. It didn't want to come off. It's all gone brittle. Right, I had to whiz away, and what's happened with this machine is there's this thread cutter that sits on the bobbin winder, usually in one part, and now it's in 3 parts. Has little blades underneath to cut the thread. There's 3 blades that go underneath it, cut the thread. That has gone brittle. So when I pulled it off, it all broke up. I've just phoned the customer just to double check that if that was what it was in for, and she said no, she doesn't think so. So I think just being brittle, it's just broken my hand. Happens with plastic, I'm afraid. Just checked, I can still get another one. So when Janome open up again, I'll give him a ring. We'll get a new flange and we'll pop that on, but I'm going to carry on servicing it anyway. Let me just check you're getting this. This is quite a big machine, so you're probably not seeing everything I'm seeing, but we've got the top off. Not a lot in there mechanically, it's nearly all just the main shaft, usual things. Put it up, turn the power on. That's it, the light's all lighting up, that's all good. Let's turn it off again. Right, I'm just going to take the bottom off now. Another thing I did discover when I was looking up the part, in the parts list, this is actually called an Atelier 6, not an Atelier B like I stated in the first place. It does look like a B on there. As I say, not done one before, so didn't know the right name. But I'll obviously put it in the description as the right one, so people searching for it can find it. But it does look like a B. A few screws to hold this plate on here. And something to get into that hole. Get my little pick. It's great, this little pick, it does loads of little jobs for me. I think I'm going to have a proper tidy up in here Christmas. I'm getting less and less room. Never seem to have time to tidy it, but I'm going to have to make time because it's looking rough. Just whiz these off. That's the front leg. Put it over there so we don't lose it. That's the back leg. Don't really need to take this off, but it just gets in the way. I might as well take the 2 screws. And then we'll take the bottom front cover off. That should just pull off there. A little bit of fluff, not too bad. Customer did say she's got a spare machine she's using at the moment. So she's obviously a very keen sewer. Not too bad. It's a few years old, this machine. I don't know exactly how old it is. Let's make sure we get rid of all. I don't actually think I need to take off the front and back covers on this. Sometimes you do, but I think I can get to everything mechanical on this without taking it off, which is nice. Fire it up again. You know that the plate's not on as little. You can hear me now, right? I was trying to run the machine up. But it's got a safety device on this. If this metal needle plate isn't on, it won't run. It just brings up a little symbol saying put the plate on, but there is a little switch at the back here I can hold down. Makes it look like the machine thinks the needle plate's on, and I can run it and oil it. As long as keep the fingers out of the way of the needle. Okay, let's put it onto a nice wide stitch. I think it was number 12. What we do is set it on a wide stretch stitch, so we get the, let's put it on 65. That'll do a nice stretch stitch. I'll do it now. What am I doing wrong? Mode. It won't let me change anything. Probably knows I've got it apart. Okay, it won't let me. Just reset it. I'm trying to get it to do a stretch stitch so I can get everything moving. No. It won't let me select that pattern. I'll just have to do it this way. That's fine, we'll do it by hand. Again, we're just going to just oil all the moving parts, not too much, as always. This will be a nice, relatively easy service, this one. I'm going to do the bottom first. I think there's a sensor on this, it knows that I've got it apart, so it won't let me set any stitches. I'm hoping that's what it is anyway. Okay, we've got some, we've got an oiling felt here, which is bone dry. Just load that up with some oil. Get that nice and damp, not dripping, but enough. So what that will do, that will feed. That will feed the shaft with oil over time as it's being used. There's another one here. When you've got a felt, you can put lots of oil on it. You don't need to. Be careful. And there's another one there. Get all these oiling pads nice and wet, and then that will feed oil to the shaft as it sews. All these little joints need oiling. Motor itself needs a bit on the shaft. Anything that moves, metal against metal. There's quite a lot of oiling places on this. If I'm not sure if something moves, I'll just turn it by hand. Watch the mechanism. I don't miss anything. That moves across, I know, so that can have some there. This moves back and forwards for the drop the feed dog. Now, although I've not seen this machine before, they're all very similar, so I sort of know what things do. Because they're the same on all machines, or most machines, especially the same make. It's now they design things to work. I keep going to start the machine, but it won't start unless I get my finger on it. I'm not going to get my finger in the way because Christmas is coming and I want all my fingers. Alright, that's pretty much everything that moves down below. All the shafts, got some oil on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 felt oiling pads. They're all nice and wet now. That's not going to cause any grief through dryness over the years. We'll slip this back on. Make sure it's clean. Yep. What I'm going to do is get the needle plate back on. This is the release for the needle plate here. Just pull that down, it pushes the plate up. That's all good. Right, just going to bring the needle up. Something's rubbing there. Like, what we're going to do, release the plate off, run the machine, just get that into position, but it's not, that's it, it's not rubbing now. Tolerances are pretty tight on these. So it's nice and quiet now. That's interesting. It's quiet when I've got it on its back. Drop some oil on the needle bar while it's laying down. Obviously gravity's making something move. I'm feeling this is a plate. Let me just check there's nothing in there. Best way to check this is to take the plate off and cover. Stand it up again. Yep, still got the noise. Interesting sound. I don't know what's causing it. Let me just pop the plate on for a sec. Should run now. It's doing all this thing now. That plate's obviously got another sensor on it that wouldn't let me do a stretch stitch without the plate on. It's just a safety thing. That will make this underneath. Let's see if you can see what I can see. It's not such a big machine, this. But this is the stepper motor here. It changes the needle back and forth, the feed dog back and forward to move the fabric reverse. You can see that's operating. It's all operating nicely. Just drop a bit more oil in it while it's doing its movement back and forwards. Nice and quiet, nice machine. Pop these back on. On there. On there. Put this foot back on. Just put it on loose for the minute. I've got both on. A couple of screws. loose for now. Top two. It's roughly started. A little bit fiddly, some of these machines. It's not too bad, this one. That's that. That's that. What I'll do now is put these little screws back. 3 of these. Little self tappers just to hold the plastic onto the legs. Put one there. There might be different sizes. There. Just dropped a screw. I'll line this all up. That's why I've left the big screws loose, because it all needs lining up again. Get it nipped up. That can fit to there nice and tight. And we have another one here. That one there, that one there. Now we can tighten up the big ones. Use the electric screwdriver for that. Nice and tight. And we'll pop this little lid back. Let's check it's clean, which it is. I'll take these screws out because I'm going to lose them otherwise. There. Just nip these up with the electric screwdriver. Done too tight. Get all the screws started. Nice and gentle. You probably didn't see a lot of that because it's out of the camera view. But I'll just put the bottom back together again. That's all doing everything it should be doing. Bring the needle up. Just notice there's a bit of damage on the. You can see there's a little bit of damage on the plate, so I'm going to file that down because that can catch the thread and break it. I don't want to replace the plate because they're quite expensive, these. As long as there's no sharp edges, it'll be fine. Just take all the sharp edges off. Actually, no, if you can see what I'm doing down here. Not really. It's not been the best of videos, I'm afraid, because of the size of the machine. It's been a little bit out. If I move the camera back, I'll be in the way. You won't be able to see what I'm doing. Give that a nice. to make sure there's no burrs on it. Yeah, it's probably getting near the point where it needs replacing, to be fair. I'll find out once I start sewing with it. A little bit of grinding noise on this. Don't know what it is. It's annoying me. I hate little noises. Like when you drive a car, isn't it? You hear a noise in the background. Drives you mad. It seems to, the noise goes away when it's tipped back. Feeling it's the hook. I'll just spray a bit of WD-40 down the back of it. I don't normally do this, but let's see if I can get some. Spray a little bit of lube down the back there. See if we can work something into it. Let's tip it forward a bit. One more thing I'm going to try at the bottom. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go, but I'm trying to, it's just one of those little sounds that drives me nuts. If I can stop it, I'm going to stop it. If I can't, I can't. It's not harming the machine at all, it's just getting on my nerves. Means I'm going to just spray some in there, not too much. Let's put this plate back on. WD is great for getting rid of little noises. It'll get places where the oil doesn't. It's just more of a little tick. I don't think I'll be able to get rid of it. Okay, I'm going to blow that WD out now so I don't get too much near the needle. Like so. Don't want it too wet under there with WD. back on. Never easy to get back on these, so I'll take the legs off. Right, that's it, that's in. That's there. And a screw. Take through this hole here. Oh, the magnet will hold it. Steady hand. Right. That's good. It's running nice. That's what we want. The mechanism's working good. Speed controller's working fine. Right, get some oil in the top now. I've done the needle bar. I'll do the take-up lever mechanism. Pretty clean up this end. A little bit of fluff, but not too much. We'll blow the tension out in a minute. Get any fluff out of the tension that's there. Got a mechanism there that slides left and right. Make sure that's got plenty of oil in it. Not too much though. Just a drop. You have to do this from above and let it drop. Just clean it away. Another oiling pad on top here. See that? Let's have a look what you're seeing. Yeah, you can't really see in there. Oh, it's not been the best of videos, this one, I'm afraid. There's too much. Little felt pad there. Main shaft, make sure I get some oil into that. Not too much, there's not many oiling points on this. We've just on the bobbin winder. This is where that bit goes, up where it's broken. But we're going to order up a new part for that on Monday. That's good. Double check that I've got everything. All the little joints. Presser foot itself needs oiling, and the shaft. Get that one there. Quite hard to get out on this machine because everything's in the way. Just oil it from there and work it in. Walking foot mechanism. Walking feet are great because they just make everything move together. So both layers of fabric, top and bottom, move, all being moved at the same time. So it stops any scrunching up. Lovely. That's a really nice smooth machine, that. Boom, boom, boom. Seeing what we can set on the settings on this. What we're going to do now, put the top back on. It's broken a bit on the bobbin winder. I can pop that on afterwards once the lid's on. When it comes, it only pushes on. It's quite fun to get this back on again. I've forgotten which way it came off. Go back on that way, I think. Back like so. Always fun getting the lids back on. About there. Just make sure everything's lining up. Give it a blow. Right, let's see, where's that long screw? There's a long screw which went in there. That one there. Let's get it so it's on. Inside that back cover. It just clips into place, so you've got to make sure it all lines up. That's good. This one here. That's better. That's the fiddly things about these. All has to line up. One screw out. It's not great. Try it. This one goes in here. Didn't actually need to take this one out. Maybe that's not the right screw. Doesn't seem to be going in enough. Get it out now. It's difficult. Find a magnet. Try that. There you go. Right tool for the right job. Maybe it's that. It's more like it. That goes in there. We've got a couple then at the back. That's right. So a smaller one at the back. That's with the washer on it. That's it. One without a washer this end. Holds everything together. That's the lid back on. What we've got to do now is when we get the new part, we'll pop that back on. That just pushes on. That's working right. All good. Right, let's give it a sew. First thing to do, thread. Around there. Around there. Just need to find a bobbin for this, don't we? Lady didn't leave one with it, so I'll just use one of mine. Bobbin case is nowhere to be seen. There it is. That's the right bobbin. Yeah, that'll work in there. So I'm going to push that on there. We can't push it all the way down because should have had a metal base on it, so we might struggle winding this at the moment. But we've got to get some thread on there. Push that across. Hopefully that'll wind. Yeah, that's fine. Once I've got the base plate on there, it'll keep it at the right height, but for now it's holding itself. Snip that off. Right, I'm just going to check the bobbin tension now. Drop it in there. Tension unit's nice and clean. That's probably just about the amount I want. Can't get my words out. Right amount of tension. So I'm just going to pop the needle plate up again. Drop of oil on the race where the bobbin case sits. Put that in. Put the case back. Done. So I can drop that in there now. We'll change the needle. Always put a new needle in. Get rid of some of these screwdrivers that we don't need. That's too long. That's about right. Just undo the needle clamp. Take the needle out. Pop a new size 90 in. Always use a 90 stroke 14. Nip that up, not too tight. That's all good. Set it for straight stitch, which is 01. Thread that up. This one actually goes underneath a little plate there and gets it out of the way so we can put the lid back on. Okay. And then we thread the needle up on this one, make sure the foot's up. Let me just pop that walking foot back on. See how it goes on. Goes on like so. Let me just have a look at how this goes on. See, that just hooks in there. That goes on there. Oh, I see. Okay. Works a bit different to most walking feet. Normally there's an arm goes on the needle bar so it knows when the needle's up and down so it can move the feet accordingly, but this one has got a device in the back so it doesn't touch the needle bar, which is good. It's a much better system. Screw that up. Check that's working properly. Yeah, that's moving with the, yeah. So the top moves. Feed dog are doing that. Can't see, feed dogs are doing that. You know, the top one's coming with it. So it's lifting. As the feed dog drops, the top one lifts. It does that mechanism. That's good. Okay, so on this machine, let's have a look how this threads. That goes round there, comes down, back up again. This is all numbered on this machine, so you can see what you're doing. Down to number 5, number 6, 7 is across the needle threader. I'm guessing you just come that down for number 8 here. It's weird and wonderful, these needle threaders. I'm thinking that goes under there and then across there, maybe? No. So that's number 5. Weird and wonderful things, these bobbin threads. Let me just put a drop of oil on while I'm doing it. Okay, I'm guessing that goes behind the needle clamp, which I forgot, and then across there, and then I think the needle thread is actually bent on this anyway. Trouble these needle threaders, they do get bent really easily. Check that goes up there. Always see what it's doing. Did it that time. I think it's more me than anything else. Put that down again. I don't like needle threaders, it's quicker to thread the needle for me. That's working, it was just me that wasn't. I don't use them a lot, so I forget how they all work. Right, that's going down through the needle, that's it, all done. Right, let me just rewind that a little bit because I've got far too much thread down there. Okay, that's in position, so we pull that down now, that's nice and loose, put the foot down, it tightens up, so the needle's working, the tension's working. We go down and up once, and pulls the bottom thread up. Brilliant. Let's get some fabric now. Okay, so we'll start off with a simple straight stitch. Give it a little bit of length. Check the reverse works, which it does. Spin it round. Number 12, give it some zigzag. Come back down the same way. Top and bottom's nice. Lovely. Just gonna come back up again. Make it a bit wider, a bit longer, bigger zigzag. That's good. Same both sides. Okay, let's just give it something a bit more reachy to be doing. Let's give it a little pattern, maybe 46. Let's try that one. Nice leaf pattern. Oh, I don't think I've read that wrong. I'm in the wrong mode. Let's go mode 2. And then 46. That's it. Quite a lot of stitches this machine. It's got 6 modes. You can do numbers, letters, all sorts of patterns. I don't know if they still make this model here, but you're probably talking about £1,100–1,200 machine in its day. So for that sort of money, it's going to do a lot of stitches. It's running lovely. And then we'll just finish off. Let's just try some letters. So we've got mode 6, 29, memory, 19, memory, 23, memory, 26, memory, 25, memory. I'm just putting in a 19 again, 24, finally a T, which is a 30, and then we'll start. That slight noise has gone now, so the lubrication's obviously worked its way into it. So that's nice. And finally the T. We'll go back to mode 1, straight stitch. Come out of there. So there you go, Simpoint. Lovely stitching both sides. Yeah, very nice machine. So all we've got to do now is clean it up, wait for the part to come in, which I'll pop on there. There's no point starting another video for that one. It purely pushes on. Yeah, nice machine. So that's a Janome Antelier 6 computerized machine. Hundreds of patterns on it. Quality build, big machine though. It's heavy, it won't jump around when you're sewing. Definitely recommend Janome machines. They are fantastic machines. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Depending on what time you're watching this video, have a nice Christmas, because it's Christmas in a few days. If you're watching it in July, that'll sound really weird, but put the sticker on there, so I've done it. And that's it. I shall see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.